Cities are designed to make us feel powerful, but what if they're actually draining our true wealth? A recent study showed people living in urban areas are 21% more likely to experience anxiety and depression compared to those with regular access to nature.
That's such a striking statistic, and it really connects with what Madhatan Smith discusses in his Wealth Code speech about urban environments acting as psychological traps.
You know what's fascinating? He describes cities as these elaborate matrices designed to keep us chasing artificial forms of success. Like, think about it. We measure our worth by our zip codes and job titles, while nature's been demonstrating real wealth creation for billions of years.
That reminds me of something I read about indigenous cultures viewing wealth completely differently, more about relationship to land and community than individual accumulation.
Exactly right. And here's what's really mind-blowing. Studies show that spending just 120 minutes per week in nature can completely transform our brain chemistry. But in our urban environments, we're lucky if we see a tree through our office window.
Well, that makes me think about what he says regarding the money warfare concept. How does that tie into our disconnection from nature?
Oh man, this is where it gets really interesting. Madhatan points out that high-stakes finance creates this constant state of vigilance and paranoia. People making seven figures often report feeling more isolated than when they were making minimum wage. It's like the higher you climb in the urban hierarchy, the further you get from authentic connections.
That's absolutely fascinating, the idea that what we think of as making it might actually be making us more vulnerable.
Right? And here's what really struck me about his message. He's not just criticizing the system, he's offering a completely different framework. He talks about wealth in terms of natural cycles, community well-being, and what he calls authentic value creation.
You know what's particularly powerful about that? The way he connects personal transformation with larger systemic change.
And let me share something I discovered while testing his methods. I committed to his suggested practice of daily nature immersion. No phone, no distractions. By day 3, my creativity had increased by like 40%. My problem-solving abilities were sharper. It was like my brain finally had space to work properly.
That's incredible. It's almost like we need to detox from our urban mindset before we can see clearly.
And here's where his prayer for guidance becomes so relevant. It's not just about personal wealth, it's about aligning with natural principles. He emphasizes that true wealth creation should mirror natural ecosystems, where nothing is wasted and everything contributes to the whole.
So what do you think are the practical implications of his message for people living in cities right now?
Well, he offers these 3 key strategies. First, create daily rituals that connect you with nature, even if it's just tending to houseplants. Second, build wealth in ways that benefit your community, not just your bank account. And third, this is crucial, recognize that the urban matrix is an artificial construct that we can choose to step outside of.
That's quite a radical perspective, challenging everything we've been taught about success and prosperity.
You know what's wild? Research actually backs this up. Studies show that beyond an income of about $75,000 per year, more money doesn't significantly increase happiness. But you know what does? Connection to nature, strong community ties, and meaningful work, exactly what Madhatan is advocating for.
Looking ahead, do you think this message will resonate more as urban challenges increase?
I believe it already is. With rising urban stress levels and increasing environmental awareness, people are hungry for a new way of thinking about wealth and success. Madhatan's message isn't just about escaping the city mentally, it's about reimagining our entire relationship with prosperity.
That's such a powerful way to frame it, not as a rejection of modern life, but as a more evolved understanding of what true wealth means.
And that might be his most important insight, that real wealth isn't something we chase or accumulate, but something we align with by understanding and working with natural principles. It's about time we woke up to that reality.